All right, welcome to Prize Picks on 5 here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. I'm Ethan Skolnick. You can follow me at Ethan J. Skolnick and at 5 Reasons Sports. I got David Eversole. You can follow him at David W. Eversole. I got David Freeman. You can follow him at Talk About Sports. I am here in Denver. We're talking about Game 1 of the Heat and the Nuggets in the NBA Finals. The Heat's crazy 7th NBA Finals appearance. Make sure you use the code 5, F-I-V-E. Get that initial deposit matched up to $100. Remember, you don't have to play it all at once, but if you want the match, you have to put down the deposit when you sign up. So use the code 5, F-I-V-E, get that initial deposit matched up to $100. Let's roll through it. The first thing here is on PrizePicks. It's still there until tip-off. Nikola Jokic, half a point. We think he's going over. We do not need to analyze this, but you can pair that with any of the other – I watched him on the court. I think he'll go over. You can pair that with any of the other props that we give you today and try to do a power play and get a quick winner. Let's go to Jimmy Butler. We've been starting with him. I think he's at 27 points tonight. Eversole, would you play anything Jimmy-related?
Maybe the one I've been going to has been the rebounds and assists, but they're going to need his scoring in this series. So I would probably lean on maybe the 34.5 points and rebounds if I was going to play one of the Jimmy plays tonight.
Freeman, would you play him over?
I'm going back to the same thing. I'm going field goal attempts.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it's at 20 or 20.5.
21.
Yeah.
So
between 19 and 21.
Yeah,
he's not saving shots for the offseason, right? So
you wouldn't think so, and no hero yet. So going over on field goal attempts, maybe over on points, and then again looking at the points and rebounds. I would play Jimmy over on the points tonight. I think he goes over 27 pretty comfortably, actually. So I would play him over on that. Bam. Anybody playing Bam tonight? Over.
Silence.
I thought you were.
Just this silence. I didn't do it tonight. Today. Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I did 3.5 assists. You know what? I'm so accustomed to talking about the PRA with him, and I didn't decide to do that today. I think you know why I think they go over 3.5 assists? I think you want to try to get Jokic a little bit sort of out of the paint. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Bam at the top a little bit operating as a little bit more of a playmaker. 3.5 assists in this. Would either of you guys go over on anything else?
Maybe points.
Turnovers? I don't know.
Turnovers? Oh my God! Look at that. That Freeman. All right, all right. So let's move. I don't even think he's down. I don't even think he's down there on turnovers. All right. So there you go.
There he is.
And he's been over that consistently, 2.5 turnovers. All right. So Freeman, give me your best Heat pick that's not Jimmy or Bam.
Yeah, I'm going Gabe over 11 field goal attempts. He's been close to that anyways, but I don't know. You don't seem to be worried about the Aaron Gordon thing with Jimmy,
huh? What was that? Not worried about Aaron Gordon with Jimmy? No, I'm not. I don't think so in particular. Look, he's seen better defenders than that during this playoff run, right? And he's pretty much cooked all of them as long as
I'm more concerned about Robert Williams still at this point, But
yeah. So yeah. Gabe over 11 field goal attempts. All right, Eversole, what do you like?
Lowry over 10.5 points plus assists.
So you're expecting a good Lowry game tonight?
Yeah, I'm expecting a good Lowry game tonight. I think, Spo might go a little deeper into his bench in game 1, depending on how Denver comes out energy-wise, and the second half, how the altitude plays in that first game until they've got their legs under them. I'm not sure. But Miami's going to be crisp, I think, because they've been active where Denver's been off, obviously, for so long. I'm curious to see how the early part of this game plays out.
We'll see. I mean, I think the altitude could be a factor here, too. I mean, although the Heat have been here for 3 days, so they have had a little bit of time to adjust to it. It's not like when they typically come in here on the second night of a back-to-back at the end of a 5-game road trip, which is what it seems like they played Denver that way pretty much every time in the last 10 years. Let's pivot over to the other side. First thing, before we do, anything else Heat strike your attention, Freeman?
I mean, I'll do what I did last time and do the transition. So I have Caleb and Pope over 4 3-pointers made.
Okay.
So
I watched Caleb make about 20 straight in pregame, so I don't know what that means, but he's seems to be continuing the role.
Eversole jinxed it is what it now means.
Probably doesn't mean that, so you should play it under. Eversole, anything else that you see there?
Yeah, obviously it's hard to bet against Caleb, considering how he was in the Eastern Conference Finals. I think his point total was at 16.
Remember we used to get that at 7.5?
Well, the points and rebounds, all those numbers have gone up for him substantially. He's at like 23 points plus rebounds, or in the beginning of the Eastern Conference Finals, he was around 16 and a half in that category. So is he back on the free throws? Yeah, one and
I
a
was
half.
gonna say, I'm like, you know what else is there, right? That 1.5 free throws.
One and a half free throws. I'm gonna play that one with it. That's my pick. With you know what, I'm going with that again with the Joker pick. All right, let's go real quick before I lose connection here. Let's go over to Denver. Obviously, Jokic is an easy play on points. I don't know that you need to do anything else with him. I kind of liked Aaron Gordon's PRA today. I feel like that is an over 21. He's had some pretty big games against Miami. Again, I'm not as concerned about him as a defender on Jimmy, but I think he'll get out and run. You see he's been under that consistently, but was over it in the clinching game. I'm going to go over with him on that. Do either of you guys like anything on Murray or Porter?
Free throws on Murray, 3.5.
Okay.
I think
I'm always wrong.
He's been shooting great too. He's shooting like 92% from the line in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets 4 free throw attempts, he's making 4 of them. So that's pretty safe. Friedman, anything for you?
First of all, I'm like a Jamal Murray lover, so I'm torn right now. But I like Michael Porter on the rebounds. I think he's at like 7.
Michael Porter, he's been over that consistently lately, has he not? There
the
you
only
go.
time he hit 7, the
numbers.
one game he was in like bad foul trouble early on. But
Right.
aside from that, yeah.
Other than that, playing that. All right, anything else here before we close, Eversol?
I think we both like Bruce Brown, Friedman. I like him over 11 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went over 9 field goal attempts. He's been, I think, 5 out of the last 6, something like that. He's been at like 11. I think they try and stop everybody else, and
he's I will say he's played very well against his the team that played near his college team. He's played very well against the Heat historically. I think the Bruce Brown props are pretty. Look at that. That's pretty enticing there.
Yeah.
Actually,
Good
all right.
value with him. He's going to get the run.
No, he's definitely. Oh, in this series for sure because they're going to put him a lot on Jimmy. I'll say this. Talk about Aaron Gordon. Jimmy's going to get the volume, but it's not just Aaron Gordon. They'll put Brown on him. They'll put KCP on him. They have more good defenders, I think, to guard Jimmy on the wing than any team that he's faced actually so far in the postseason, and that includes Milwaukee, actually. So we'll see how that goes. Thanks for watching. Use the code 5 FIVE. Check us out on Twitter, 5 Reasons Sports. Also, pregame show with Jonathan Ramlin and Mateo Mayorga. That's up here on the channel as well. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and also hit the notifications so that you know when our episodes are going to come up. Have a good night, everybody.